Dogecoin, Dogecoin, Dogecoin. Okay, I think I figured it out now. What's going on, Safemoon Army, Safemoon family? Thanks again for joining me for yet another video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe, smash that like button, share this with all your friends. And just so everyone is aware, I am not a financial advisor. Anything you hear or see in this video is not financial advice. On today's show, we're going deep into more Safemoon news and updates on the Safemoon Connect / Safemoon project Pheonix. So strap in, cause here we go. All right, if you look here, this is what we went over yesterday in yesterday's video. I did change some things up. I think I may have gotten the name wrong of what this actually is, so please forgive me. This may actually be Project Pheonix. I am updating that name because of all the information that's been coming in from a bunch of different sources, so I don't want to give out the wrong information, and I will keep updating this as much as I possibly can as more information comes in. So if you were here yesterday, you could see the ties that I made between Elon Musk and how Papa was involved with programming for the Doge 1 satellite that was going up, and how he was also engineering the software behind the Safemoon blockchain, and how it all came together to make this interplanetary global space blockchain that would be able to communicate with devices no matter where you were all over the earth, and how groundbreaking this technology would be in this space. Now we're going to head on over to Twitter, and this was posted on Twitter. It says, Doge 1, the first crypto-funded mission to the moon, is set to launch early next year following a new partnership between two blockchain companies and a manufacturer, Geometric Energy Corporation, also known as GEC. Now, if you were with us yesterday during the video, you know that this is Thomas Smith. Thomas Smith is Papa. He is the CTO of Safemoon, and if you scroll through his work experience, you can see that he worked for Geometric Energy Corporation, and he was the director of software engineering. So if we're trying to figure out who exactly Geometric Energy Corporation is, we read down here, it says, we offer end-to-end B2B product development services specializing in blockchain, beyond blockchain, AI, IoT, and cybersecurity. I hope you guys are picking up on all these words and how they are relating to what the leaders of Safemoon are actually saying. If you head on over to their website, you could read down here, their company description is as such. It says, Geometric Energy Corporation is an intellectual property, manufacturing and logistics firm originally founded on inventing renewable energy technologies. The company has since expanded into the divisions including energy space, software, and medical industries. These key areas of focus have led to the development of 4 subsidiaries, of which GEC is the parent company: Geometric Space, Geometric Labs, Geometric Medical, and Geometric Gaming. Okay, so now we know a little bit more about Geometric Energy Corporation. Well, how does all this tie in here? Well, if you go back to this blockchain in space, we do know for sure that Papa worked for Geometric Energy Corporations. We do know for sure he did the programming on the Doge 1 satellite that will be for sure launched in outer space by Elon Musk's company SpaceX. We know all this for sure. We also know for sure he has engineered the software behind the Safemoon blockchain. All this is proven fact. We have tons of evidence out there, so if you're sitting here thinking that I'm blowing smoke at you, I am not just saying this to say this. I am actually providing you evidence that all this stuff is true. Now, let's jump on over to this. Remember, I talked about Scott Paul. I told you get familiar with Scott Paul. Scott Paul is very in the Safemoon community. If you scroll down here, he is responsible for this video of John Caroni meeting with Akon, so you know that he has some in-depth information. If you jump on over to LinkedIn, you can see Scott Paul is on LinkedIn, and this also came from LinkedIn. This is a message that someone posted on Twitter, and this is a Scott Paul message. He said, what do we do when self-service and the internet goes down? It's centralized, right? So in theory, it could be taking offline because it isn't truly distributed. So how do you transact money in this scenario? How do we do messaging in this scenario? Have fun with this. There are more things coming. So this goes back to my diagram right here. Remember, I talked about this global outer space blockchain that would allow you to get cell phone, banking, Wi-Fi anywhere in the world, including in the oceans, places that typically do not have internet access or any type of access to any connected device devices. And he is basically saying in this LinkedIn post right here, what do we do when cell service and the internet go down? It's centralized, right? He is basically saying that if we stuck with the system that we currently have and we tried to move forward with cryptocurrency as a payment system and it went offline, how would you even transact money in that scenario? So there has to be something bigger coming. Now, if we go on over here, this is even more evidence. I posted this on Twitter yesterday. This is a Discord conversation with Papa. One thing that was said to him is that they need reliable and affordable internet first, like everywhere. And Papa replied with surprise winky eye. And later on, Papa responded, seriously, about to upgrade Africa, not just for Safemoon, but for all crypto. And Honydale replied, and South Africa? Question mark. Papa responds, everywhere. Go back to my blockchain in space. Look at this diagram. This would provide internet everywhere, just like Papa said. Now let's jump further down the rabbit holes. This is a tweet from Papa quite some time ago. He wrote, mark my words, tokens will be used in high latency satellite communications, interstellar, immutable data in space. Remember those words, satellite communications, tokens will be high latency, interstellar, immutable data in space. Why am I bringing all this up? Well, remember this lady right here, Karen L. Jones, the senior project leader from the Center for Space Policy and Strategy, and we actually went over her article yesterday, which was this. It was the consensus and trust across the space sector. I just want to really show you distributed ledgers and a secure immutable records right here. I mean, it's basically saying that this is what Safemoon will be doing, because you can hear it from Papa and them themselves. I am not saying this. I am not guessing at this. I am showing you documented evidence that was brought to the light by the Safemoonarmy detectives that are all over the place that keep sending me this information, and this is something that is super exciting. We keep getting more confirmations as more and more information comes out. Let's go over to Twitter once again. Matt Wallace replied to Thomas on Twitter yesterday, and he said, you were using your unsubstantiated claims of helping with the Doge one in order to try to make Safemoon go up. That is why. Well, guess what? Mic drop from Thomas. He said, I made this public for you. It's basically the code. If you click on it, you can see this is the code from GitHub. He is showing you all the programming that he did on it. He is basically coming out there saying, yeah, I worked on it. Here it is. Take a look at it. I'm not bullshitting you. I really did work on this software. And we already made those connections, but this was brought up yesterday, and the developers are basically saying what we have already said in my last video, that they do have a connection to the Doge 1 rocket. What exactly that is, I am not sure, but we are trying to make the best connections we can with the information that we have possible. Now let's go on over to Starlink, more so Starlink Africa. Well, what is Starlink? Well, we talked about this yesterday, and if you go back to my diagram, you can see Starlink is a company that comes from SpaceX, which is owned by Elon Musk. Starlink is a global internet system. So why am I talking about Starlink? Well, if you look down here, you can see that this is in the Gambia. Guess who else is in the Gambia? I don't think I have to tell you. If you are a Safemoon holder, you already know that Safemoon is involved in the Gambia heavily. And here's something also really cool I wanted to show you. This is Starlink.sx, and this is where all their global satellites are, and you can see them circulating the globe. So this is really cool. You can actually click on the little dots right here, and you can see where the coverage area of that satellite would be able to provide internet connectivity if you had their satellite system set up. Okay, let's jump on over to africanews.space, and you can see this article that was posted there. It says Elon Musk Starlink satellite internet targets late 2021 launch in Africa. So you can see this is yet another article linking Starlink to Africa. And if you go over here, I wanted to show you this article. The Pentagon will solicit its first mesh network in space May 1st. Now, as you can see, this is pretty similar to what my diagram was showing you what it would look like. And if you scroll down here and you read this, the Space Development Agency plans to award contracts for a mesh network in space this August, with expectations that an initial batch of 20 satellites will be placed on orbit during summer 2022. The agency expects to release a request for proposals for the contracts May 1st. So I wanted to also let you know something John Caroni even said. His family was involved in the military, especially the CIA. This is something that the Pentagon is soliciting, so just keep that in mind. Now take a look at this right here. This is what the SpaceX Vice President of Commercial Sales said on the Doge 1 satellite. It will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth's orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce. And one more last piece of information, Starlink's name in South Africa is not Starlink, it is Tibro, which is orbit spelled backwards, so put that in your brain for a second. So maybe they are not working with Starlink, maybe they are working with Tibro. Guys, I really hope you could see how all this is coming together, how we're connecting all the dots. That's all I got for today's show, guys. If you enjoyed it, smash that like button. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Share this with all your friends. I do want to thank all the people that are sending me information. There is a load of information out there. We keep connecting more and more dots as you keep sending me more stuff, so please keep sending it to me. Peace and chicken grease, and I'll see you in the next episode.